So the question number 1, which of the following features introduced by the Government of India Act of 1919 was later retained in the Constitution of India in a modified form? Option number D is the right answer. Bicameralism at the Central Legislature. Question number 2, the concept of due process of law as interpreted by the Supreme Court of India in the Maneka Gandhi case 1978 was implicitly derived from which country's judicial framework? Option number A is the right answer. United States of America. Question number 3. Under the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India, the final decision on the disqualification of a member of the Lok Sabha on the grounds of defection rests with? Option number B is the right answer. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha. 4. In which historic judgment did the Supreme Court hold that the preamble is an integral part of the Constitution and can be amended under Article 368 without altering its basic structure? Option number C is the right answer. Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala 1973. Question number 5. The parliamentary form of governance in India differs from the British cabinet system primarily on which of the following grounds? Option number C is the right answer. System of judicial review and a written constitution. 6. Which fundamental right is available to both citizens of India and foreign nationals except enemy aliens? Option number D is the right answer. Protection of life and personal liberty, Article 21. 7. Article 3 of the Indian Constitution empowers the Parliament to alter the boundaries or names of existing states. What is the mandatory procedural requirement for such a bill? Option number B. Prior recommendation of the President, the views of the state legislature are not binding on Parliament. 8. Which landmark Supreme Court judgment laid down the principle that dignity of the individual is an essential component of the right to life under Article 21? Option number A is the right answer. Francis Corelli Mullin versus Administrator Union Territory of India. Union Territory of Delhi. 9. Under the Citizenship Act of 1955, an individual can acquire Indian citizenship by naturalization if they satisfy which of the following criteria? Option A. Residence in India for at least 12 months immediately preceding the application and 11 out of the preceding 14 years. Birth within the territory of India post January 26, 1950. Marriage to an Indian citizen followed by 5 years of continuous residence. Registration with the Ministry of Home Affairs without residency condition. Option number A is the right answer. Residence in India for at least 12 months immediately preceding the application and 11 out of the preceding 14 years. 10. The writ of the certiorari is issued by higher court to a lower court or tribunal to? Option number B. To quash an order already passed in excess of jurisdiction or in violation of natural justice. 11. Which specific dimensions were added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976? Option number D is the right answer. Socialist, secular and integrity. 12. Article 44 of the Constitution, Uniform Civil Code, falls under which category of directive principle of state policy? Option number C. Liberal intellectual principles. 13. Fundamental duties were incorporated into Part 4E of the Constitution upon the recommendation of the Sorensen Committee, which duty was added subsequently by the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002. Option number C. Duty of a parent or guardian to provide education opportunities to children aged 6 to 14 years. 14. The Electoral College for the election of the President of India consists of elected members of both houses of parliament and elected members of legislative assemblies of state and UTs. Which constitutional amendment extended this right to Delhi and Puducherry? Option number B. 17th Amendment Act 1992. 15. Under Article 72, the President's pardoning power differs from the Governor's pardoning power under Article 161 primarily because only the President can grant pardon in case of punishment by a court-martial. 16. If the office of both the President and Vice President falls vacant simultaneously, who discharges the functions of the President under the Presidential Discharge Act 1969? Option number D. The Chief Justice of India or senior most judge of the Supreme Court. 17. The total number of ministers, including the Prime Minister, in the Central Council of Ministers cannot exceed 15% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha. This cap was inserted by which amendment? Option number C. 91st Amendment Act 2003. 18. Regarding the Attorney General for India, Article 76, which of the following statements is correct? Option number B. He holds office during the pleasure of the President and enjoy rights of a member of Parliament without voting rights. Question number 9. In the warrant of precedence, order of precedence maintained by the Government of India, who among the following ranks highest? Option number D. Governor of states within their respective states. Question number 20. The administrative expenses of the Office of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India are? Option number C. Charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India and not subject to vote. 21. A motion of no confidence against the Council of Ministers can be introduced in the Lok Sabha only if it is supported by at least? Option number B. 50 members. 22. Which parliamentary committee consists exclusively of members from the Lok Sabha? Option number C. Estimates committees. 23. If a money bill transmitted to Rajya Sabha is not returned to the Lok Sabha within 14 days, what happens? Option number C. The bill is deemed to have been passed by both houses in the form passed by the Lok Sabha. 24. Under Article 249 of the Indian Constitution, the Rajya Sabha can authorize Parliament to make laws on a matter in the state list by passing a resolution supported by? Option number C. Not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. 25. Which of the following is not a ground for the removal of a Supreme Court judge under Article 124 subclause 4? Option number D. Violation of the Constitution. 26. The original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court under Article 131 applies exclusively to disputes between? Option number C. Government of India and one or more states or between two or more states. 27. When a state bill is reserved by the governor for the consideration of the president under Article 200, the president may Assent to the bill without withhold assent or direct the governor to return it with a message if not amenable. Only delay the bill for a maximum period of 6 months. Must refer the bill compulsory to the Supreme Court for advisory opinion. Cannot withhold assent if the state legislature repasses it without amendments. Option number A. Assent to the bill withhold assent or direct the governor to return it with a message if not a malleable. Question number 28. The ordinance making power of the state governor under Article 213 is dash. Option number B. Coextensive with the legislative powers of the state legislature. 29. Which article of the Constitution deals with the creation or abolition of legislative council in states? Option number B. Article 169. 30. Under Article 226, the High Court's writ jurisdiction is broader than the Supreme Court's writ jurisdiction under Article 32 because High Courts can issue writs for the enforcement of the fundamental rights as well as for any other legal purpose. 31. The Punchi Commission 2007 was constituted to make recommendation on which critical domain of governance? Option number B. Central state relations. 32. Taxes on agricultural income in India are levied and collected by the state governments under the state list. 33. Which of the following conditions is mandatory for the invocation of a financial emergency under Article 360? Option number A. Approval by both Houses of Parliament within 2 months by a simple majority. 34. During the operation of a national emergency declared under Article 352 on grounds of war or external aggression, which fundamental rights under Article 19 are automatically suspended? Option B is the right answer. Rights under Article 19 are suspended automatically only when emergency is proclaimed on grounds of war or external aggression. 35. The Niti Aayog differs structurally from the former Planning Commission because Niti Aayog operates as a collaborative think tank following a bottom-up cooperative federalism approach. 36. The recommendation of the Finance Commission under Article 281 are dash. Option number B. Advisory in nature and not legally binding on the central government. 37. Under the Lokpal and Lokayukt Act 2013, the Lokpal Selection Committee is chaired by the Prime Minister, who among the following is not a member of this selection committee? Option number D. The Union Cabinet Secretary. 38. Article 371A of the Indian Constitution provides special socio-culture and land protection provisions for which state? Option number B. Nagaland. 39. The Election Commission of India derives its constitutional powers and independence directly from which article? Option number A. Article 324. 40. For a political party to be recognized as a national party by the Election Commission of India, it must satisfy which of the following conditions? Option number B. Recognized as a state party in at least 4 states. 41. A constitutional amendment bill under Article 368 that seeks to alter the representation of states in Parliament requires? Option number B, special majority in parliament and ratification by not less than half of the state legislature. 42. The first Constitutional Amendment Act of 1951 inserted which schedule into the Indian Constitution to protect land reforms laws from judicial review? Option number B, 9th schedule. 43. Which official language was added to the 8th schedule of the Constitution by the 21st Constitutional Amendment Act 1967? Option number C, Sindhi. 44. According to the Article 343, the official language of the Union is option number A, Hindi and Devanagari script. 45. Article 243D of the Indian Constitution mandates what minimum percentage of the reservation for women in Panchayati Raj institution? Option number B, 33%, one third of total seats. 46. Which committee recommended granting constitutional status to Panchayati Raj institution which eventually led to the 73rd Amendment Act? Option number C, LM Singhvi Committee. 47. Under Article 338A, the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes (NCST) was created as a separate constitutional body by which amendment? Option number B, 89th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2003. Question number 48. What is the quorum required to constitute a meeting of the either House of Parliament under Article 100 subclause 3? Option number B, 1/10 of the total number of members of the House. 49. Which of the following is an example of a statutory body in India created by an Act of Parliament rather than directly by the Constitution? Option number C, National Human Rights Commission. 50. Under Article 368, which component of the Constitution cannot be amended by Parliament under any circumstances? Option number C, basic structure of the Constitution. 51. The constitutional provisions of residuary powers of legislation in India is vested in? Option number B, Parliament of India. 52. The 97th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2011 introduced which new right under Article 19(1) clause C? Option number B, right to form cooperative societies. 53. Which fundamental right cannot be suspended even during an emergency declared under Article 352? Option number A, protection in respect of conviction for offences, Article 20, and protection of life and personal liberty, Article 21. In which year was the Public Accounts Committee of Indian Parliament first set up? Option number B, 1921. 55. The doctrine of severability applied by the judiciary while reviewing laws means? Option number A, if a part of an unconstitutional law can be separated from the valid part, only the unconstitutional part is declared void. 56. Who among the following presides over a joint sitting of Parliament if both the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha are absent? Option number B, Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. 57th. The 104th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2020 extended reservation for SCs and STs in Lok Sabha and state assemblies, while ending the reservation for which group? Option number B, Anglo-Indian community. 58. Under Article 356, the President's rule, a proclamation issued by the President must be approved by both Houses of Parliament within what time frame? Option number B, 2 months by simple majority. 59. The ASR Bombay versus Union of India 1994 landmark judgment primarily laid down strict guidelines regarding? Option number A, imposition of precedence rule under Article 356. 60. Which of the following is not correctly matched with its underlying concept? Article 110, definition of money bills. 112, annual financial statement, budget. Article 280, National Development Council. Article 315, Public Service Commission for Union and States. Option number C is not correct. 61. The Administrative Tribunals Act 1985 was enacted by Parliament under Article 3, under article added by the 42nd Amendment Act. The Administrative Tribunals Act 1985 was enacted by Parliament under which article added by the 42nd Amendment Act? Option number A, Article 323A. 62. What is the maximum statutory strength of the Lok Sabha as per the Constitution before recent frozen seats are readjustment? Option number B, 550 members. 63. The tenure of the chairman of the State Public Service Commission is? Option number B, 6 years or 62 years of age. 64. In the context of the parliamentary proceedings, a cut motion moved during the budget voting to reduce the demand amount to ₹1 is called? Option number A, policy disapproval cut. 65. Which constitutional amendment act made it mandatory for the president to give his assent to a constitutional amendment bill? Option number A, 24th Amendment Act of 1971. 66. Which authority has the constitutional power to extend the jurisdiction of a high court to a union territory? Option number B, the Parliament of India by law. 67. The concept of basic structure of the Constitution was further expanded to include free and fair elections in which Supreme Court case? Option number D, Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan 1975. 68. Under Article 155, the Governor of State is appointed by? Option number C, the President by warrant under his hand and seal. 69. Which schedule of the Constitution contains provisions regarding the administration and control of the scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in state other than Assam, Meghalaya and Tripura and Mizoram? Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Option number A, 5th schedule. 70. The 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act 2019 introduced 10% reservation for economically weaker section by amending which articles? Option number D, Article 15 subclause C and 16(6). So thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Also can get PDF from my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. Alright, keep watching, keep learning. See you in the next video. Thank you.